everybody, crafting journey here. That journey chick on Instagram. Got my utter mug coffee. So good. I fell asleep last night without my CPAP. But you know, I always wake myself up eventually, like an hour or so into that, because yeah, that's what the CPAP prevents. So now I have a little bit of a sore throat. Oh well, gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. Work. Yeah, the real office. I worked from home yesterday and the day before. So thank you for tuning in. The like button, which I would love for you to hit the like button, is going to bring something special, treats, to the office today, because that was the Advent gnome task that I picked yesterday, but I worked from home. So I'm going to pick up some donuts and take them to work. Yes, a random act of kindness right before I get fired. Yeah. I have not been in good standing at work recently. So yeah, I'm on thin ice. Let's just put it that way. I'm just not an agreeable person, I guess. I'm ready to retire, and it's kind of showing. So I need to kind of knock it off. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of Crafting and Crime Daily, because, man, today is not going to be a short show. I have a lot to cover. I lied when I said there aren't many trials going on, because apparently federal court is much different than state court. They got a bunch of stuff going on. Anyway, let's get the planner out. Yep. Love yourself planner. This is an 18-month planner, by the way, so it's good until July of next year. June? Yeah, July, something like that. So, what happened yesterday? Oh, Craft With Me Wednesday. I made these, I still have to sew the ends in, but I made these cute little, oh, you can't see them, these cute little ice skates to go on the Christmas tree. Yep. So watch the video, which is right here, after you watch this one, and you'll see how I did it, and I'll tell you where I got the pattern. So, in case you want to try it yourself, very easy. Just need a paper clip and some yarn. And a paper clip, yarn, and a 2.5 crochet hook. Yeah. So we did Craft With Me Wednesday. Craft With Me Wednesday. That was a lot of fun. So today is National Mutt Day. Yes. Do you have a mutt? I don't right now, because Tootsie's parents were purebreds, but she's half and half. So does that make her a mutt? I do not know. I've had a lot of mutts in my lifetime, and they're just as good as regular dogs. Really, they are. Okay, and this day in history, we're going to talk about a movie that premiered this day in history. Yes, so we're writing that down. The reason I write these down is so next year at this time I can look and make sure I don't talk about the same thing I talked about this year. Yeah. And still got to make that car payment. What else is going on? Oh, special birthday on Friday. Yep. Okay. That's tomorrow. All right. What else is going on? You know what we did not look at yet, since it's December? Let's just take a peek. Now, if you're easily offended by risque language, you don't want to see this planner. This is my... yes, this is a little planner I got off of Amazon, and every once in a while I check on it to see what it has to say. Let's see what it has to say for December. It has these funny sayings. So, oh my goodness. All right. The first week of December. Oh, okay, they put that. Oh, this is very inappropriate. I don't think we're going to. Wow. All right, here, I'll just say what. Some of it's really inappropriate. But here, I don't know if you can read it. Can you read it? It says, Happy effing holidays. Anyway, it's a funny planner. Sometimes it goes a little too far, though. Yeah. This week went a little too far, so I'm not even going to repeat it. Anyway, National Butt Day. This encourages us to embrace, save, and celebrate mixed dogs. Yes, go to a shelter today and get a mixed dog. Adopt one. If you can't, and I understand, you already have 6 at home or whatever, then you just, or you'd have none at home. Narrate, go get Lewis. Tell him this is the segment he needs to listen to. Go to the shelter if you can't adopt, and then just donate your time. Yeah. All right. Let's get out our Advent gnome. Hello, Nomi. How you doing today? We gotta find out what random act of kindness there is. There is 23 days till Christmas. 23 days till Christmas. And I need tweezers to get these. I put these things in here and I can't get them out without a little help. So we have to get the tweezers to get them out. Here we go. Here we go. Let's find out what random act of kindness Nomi would like us to do today. We're going to take donuts to work. The like button is working on that right now. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way in or out. He always appreciates the abuse. Cook your favorite dinner. Okay, that's going to be tomorrow because my sister already has dinner plans tonight. She's already planned a recipe that she found. But for you guys, tonight, Thursday night, Wolfpack is not on. No lives. Cook your favorite dinner. What is your favorite dinner? Mine, macaroni and cheese. And I've been thinking about making some homemade macaroni and cheese. So this would be just the ticket for tomorrow. So today I'm going to do yesterday's random act of kindness by taking treats to work. Tomorrow I'm going to cook my favorite dinner. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 23 days till Christmas. And I haven't put up my Christmas decorations. Nope. I guess that's what that's the agenda for the weekend. Put up Christmas decorations. So what is in front of me? I have to show you guys. My sister finished this ginormous Diamond Art Club painting. It is called, what is it called? She covered it up with washi tape. Midnight. That's all it's called, Midnight? Okay, it's called Midnight. All right, she finished this and it's so gosh darn beautiful. Squares. She has done 2 square paintings now. Unbelievable. Look how gorgeous this painting is. It is beautiful. Now, I'm going to tell you, just from my point of view, there's some gapping here. These drills don't fit as nicely as, say, maybe an Evermoment square drill, but it turned out absolutely gorgeous. Look at that moon. There's ABs in the water, in the sky, in the moon. I'm gonna get it framed for her for Christmas. So for now, and this is what you can do once you finish a painting and you're waiting for the frame or whatever it is you're gonna do with it. Roll it up, diamonds outward. And it's a Diamond Art Club, so it's gonna roll, it's gonna lay flat once you unroll it. Diamonds outward. Oh, one fell out. Yeah, it happens. She may have just missed that one. So we can do that. let's see what can we put it in. I think I have a tube here. So I've put it in this craftably tube. The diamonds are outward, and we'll just store it in there till we can get a frame. Now look what I've taken out of the tube, because as soon as I finish this is where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start working on this one again. Who's your doggy? Look, that's a Diamond Art Club as well. It's a Gary Patterson. Yep. But we're gonna roll that up. And we're gonna put it close by so we can, it'll encourage me to get this one done, because I have so little of it left, really. It's just, you know, it's a matter of time. Last night I was listening to the Supreme Court arguments on overturning Roe versus Wade. Oh, so fascinating. And this is available online. All you have to do is look up Supreme Court arguments on Roe versus Wade, and you can listen to the whole thing. It's not terribly long. I would say a couple of hours maybe, but fascinating. For me as a former lawyer, fascinating. Maybe not for you, because sometimes it was a little difficult to follow, because they're talking about past cases, but all cases that I was familiar with because I took constitutional law in law school. So I knew about all these famous cases, you know, Brown versus Board of Education, Plessy, all the landmark cases, you know, that brought about change in this country that have not been overturned, including Roe versus Wade and another case that followed that. So let's get into the crafting and crime portion of the show, and we'll talk about it. It's not crime, but it could be, because the state of Mississippi wanted to, or is attempting to legislate abortion by making it a requirement that if you want an abortion, you have to do so by 15 weeks. Now, some of you are familiar that they're also trying in a separate case to make that line of demarcation 6 weeks. But this particular case was about the Mississippi attempt to make that line at 15 weeks. Now, what happened is first the defense gets to make their argument, and in the Supreme Court, you could barely get a word in edgewise with these judges, because they have a lot of questions. So you make a very short opening statement, just because they've already read your briefs. They you know, each side turns in briefs. And then there's always briefs, you know, they call them amicus briefs, which are interested parties that would like to be heard, and they can turn in briefs as well. So the judges have all heard all of this. They've read it all, they've researched it all, and these Supreme Court justices are so versed in constitutional law. It's wow, incredible. But so are these lawyers that they're going up against, you know, that are making these presentations. Now, the defense lawyer, he was stammering a lot, because he just really didn't have sort of a leg to stand on, so to speak. Because they were asking him, and legitimately so, you know, since Roe versus Wade, and there is a doctrine called stare decisis, and what that means is it's already been decided. The Supreme Court has already decided this issue in Roe versus Wade and the case that followed it. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the case right now. But so the question to this defense person was, what has changed? You know, you can't keep going back to the court just because the makeup of the court has changed, or just because the people are unhappy about the status of the law, something must have materially changed in order for the court to, set aside a prior decision that was made by, many, many competent justices. And so their question was, what has changed? So he started to talk about fetal pain, and he got shut down so quickly. And he tried to get in there. Well, the fetus, they actually wince when they're, and the judge was justice, and I think it was Justice Sotomayor. She's like, no. She says, we have this other doctrine called the Dow Bearer Test. What a Dow Bearer Test is to test for the scientificness of a theory. And you can't bring it into court until everything has been scientifically tested and accepted. She says, what you're talking about would not pass a Dow Bearer Test, would not come into court, and I don't want to hear about it. So, whoops, that got shut down. She said, we know for a fact that there are many, many people that are brain dead where there is activity in the body post brain death that people will, they have muscular movement, but it doesn't mean that the cortex in their brain is working, that they're feeling any of it. It doesn't mean they're feeling pain. So she shut him down on that, which I think was his main argument, because he didn't have a lot to say after that. Like, he couldn't really articulate anything that had changed. His main argument was, that the decision on abortions should be up to the state and the people to legislate, not the courts. Okay, I don't know. But some of the justices were going with that argument. Now, unfortunately, this is not filmed. It's all audio. You can only hear. And I didn't always know which justice I was hearing. But one in particular was buying into that argument, that it should be the people that decide. That, some states are going to say, yes, you can go get an abortion. Some states are going to say, no, you can't, if you give it back to the people. But the argument for that is that, where in the Constitution does it regulate abortion? Where is abortion even discussed? So why are we making this decision? Well, Roe versus Wade was decided on the basis of privacy, a woman's right to privacy. The next case, that was a landmark decision, was decided based upon autonomy, the woman's right to be autonomous. So their questions to both lawyers were, what right are you saying we have to legislate when a child is viable and not viable, and where is that in the Constitution? So the plaintiff side gets up, and female lawyer, really, really good. She knew her stuff. She had such good answers to all the questions, whereas the other guy was kind of stammering and stuttering. And I mean, it's very nerve-wracking to be in front of these 7 Supreme Court justices, or 7 or 9, I forget how many there are, but really, really, I probably couldn't do it. I'd be like, yeah, no. So I'd be so starstruck. But this female lawyer, she was really good. And she said, it's the 14th Amendment, the right to liberty, the right that a woman has to her body, to decide what she does with her body, when she does it. I thought she really made a very, very good argument, but she had some tough questions. So I got no, and you never do, you can never get a feeling about how these things are going to be decided. Are they going to overturn Roe versus Wade and the other case? I don't think so, but I don't know. Honest to God, you never know once you hear these arguments which way it's going to go. I don't know. And I don't have an opinion one way or another. Well, I do, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because it would start World War III, unfortunately. Where's my diamond painting pen? Where? Oh, here. I just love this pen. I have all these other pens, but this is my go-to pen. So let's do some diamond painting while we talk about. Okay, the next case that I have not mentioned, but it started yesterday, opening arguments in the Josh Duggar case. Now, Josh Duggar, as you might recall, reality show star, what was it called? 19 Kids and Counting. He was the oldest brother, Josh Duggar, the first to get married, the oldest of the 19 kids. So he marries Anna, and they just had their 7th child. Good gravy. I don't know how long they've been married. I don't remember. And yes, I watched that show because I love reality TV. It's not a show that's on anymore. They canceled it because of this whole issue with Josh Duggar. But the girls in the family have a show that it's called Counting On. So I usually watch that to see how the girls are doing. The girls have done quite well, but Josh kind of tainted the whole thing. So he is being charged with child molestation. What? Yes. What he is being accused of doing is, at his job, he was looking up porn on the internet. And under federal law, even looking at porn of a minor is considered child molestation. If that child is under 12 years old and you're looking at them, it's considered child molestation. So the big question in this case was, is the judge going to allow testimony of his past discretions? Because he has a history of child molestation. Not just charges, but allegations. Can they be talked about? And the judge said, yes, they can be talked about. So his sisters can come in and talk about how they were molested by their brother. He had a girlfriend prior to the woman he married, Anna. She's going to be allowed to come in and testify. Actually, it's her mother, because he confessed to her mother. Her name is Bobby Holt. So Bobby Holt is now going to be able to come in and testify about stuff that Josh told her, confessed to her about the things he was doing. The other thing that the other motion that was in place was they were trying to claim that this Bobby Holt was a clergy in some form or fashion, and that whatever Josh said to her was privileged. So the judge asked this Bobby Holt, she came in, she took the stand, he asked her a series of questions about, is she a clergy, a deacon, what is her involvement? First of all, in their religion, women don't take part in any of those roles in the church. And she's like, no, not a clergy. And so he said, yeah, you can testify, there's no privilege here. So the opening statements were yesterday, and in the courtroom were a couple of the brother-in-laws, his brother-in-laws. Interesting. So I'm going to see if I can follow that. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Now, the other case, Gishlane Maxwell. Yes, Gishlane Maxwell, day 3. So it started out with a continuation of the woman that took the stand the day before, who they're calling Jane, like Jane Doe. She's not going to give her real name. But she had cross-examination. She had finished her direct examination by the prosecutor, and now she was on cross-examination by Maxwell's attorney. And one of the things she brought up was, apparently this woman is an actress, and probably a well-known actress, because she said, you're pretty good at acting, and are you acting now on the witness stand, or, and she's like, no, and like, do you know the difference between acting and real life? And she's like, of course I do. This, I'm here in court, I'm here to tell the truth. And she's like, because at one point she broke down crying because it was a very you know, these defense attorneys can be very brutal when they're pointing out inconsistencies in statements that have occurred over years of time. She broke down crying, and she's like, "So, are you acting now?" And she's like, "You know, it doesn't work that way. You don't just turn it on or off. You know, it's so cruel." They were really cruel. This girl, this woman, she, you know, she was drawn in to Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell's web, uh, brought into Mar-a-Lago, down in Palm Beach, um, and it began from there, you know, 14, 15, 16 years of age, being molested by Jeffrey Epstein, with Maxwell participating or just watching. Now, after she finishes up her testimony, her boyfriend is allowed to take the stand. I said yesterday we weren't sure, but the judge says yes, he can take the stand, he can testify. Limitations, I'm sure. So he testified that he had overheard a conversation that she had with her mother, about, she had confronted her mother, and she said, "Mom, where do you think all this money was coming from? It wasn't free. You know, how did you not know I was being molested by this man?" She had told her boyfriend that she was getting this money from a godfather, and she did mention that it was Jeffrey Epstein. She never mentioned Maxwell by name, but she did say there was a woman that was in the room, and I always felt more comfortable if she was there. Then she also described to her boyfriend that sometimes there would be multiple teenagers in the room, and they would have these massage orgies, if you will. So that was the testimony of the boyfriend. Oh boy. Yep. Wonder what actress it is, though. I'd be curious. Apparently she's had a lot of roles, you know, famous roles. I'm curious. Yeah. And the boyfriend had a pseudonym as well. They were calling him Matt, which is not his real name. So those are the trials that are going on. So I had another story that I was going to bring you, but I don't know. I don't really have enough time to tell you. It's quite a lengthy story. So I'll get into it tomorrow, I guess. But I will give you like a little flavor for what it was. It's the story of a fruitcake company. The bakery is called Collins Street Bakery in Corsicana, Texas. And there was some embezzlement out of that bakery, and it's such an interesting story. So we'll get into that either tomorrow or the weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that story because, first of all, who doesn't love fruitcake? I love fruitcake. First of all, did you know that the whole idea that people didn't like fruitcake was brought about by Johnny Carson? Johnny Carson hated fruitcake. So he would put fruitcake down every chance he got. He's like, you know, fruitcake is something you put up on the shelf when you get it, and you take it down the next year and you regift it. Well, I happen to love fruitcake. And this Collins Street Baker, they're a $30 million a year industry, or company, not industry, but this company brings in $30 million a year selling fruitcakes all over the world. People love fruitcake. I love fruitcake. Now, I'm going to get a whole bunch of comments on how people don't like fruitcake. Not the dried up stuff you get in the store. Now, Claxton makes a fantastic fruitcake. I think they're out of Georgia. And I've never tried this Collins Street Bakery fruitcake, but I would love to. And I make a really pretty mean Williamsburg fruitcake myself, except to get all the ingredients is very expensive. Seriously, it's very expensive. So I just haven't done it. And, it does take time to make it. You make it ahead of time, and then you douse it in some brandy every few days. Oh, by the time you eat it, it's so luscious. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So what happened this day in history? Oh my gosh. Let me just see what year it was. December 2nd, 1997, Good Will Hunting premieres in theaters. Do you remember this movie? It starred Robin Williams, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck. Well, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have been childhood friends, and they both wanted to be actors. And they had done a lot of small things, but this was their first project together, and it just launched them to stardom. Affleck, who's dating Jennifer Lopez again, they've dated for a long time, broke up, now he's dating her again. She dresses him really nice, though. He doesn't look like a bum when he's dating her. Totally off topic. But they're both still doing wonderful, wonderful work in the film industry. So this won a Best Screenplay Oscar and an Oscar for Robin Williams as lead actor. I miss Robin Williams. I really do. So, Good Will Hunting featured Matt Damon in the title role as a troubled math genius from South Boston. Co-starred Robin Williams as Will's psychologist and Minnie Driver as Will's girlfriend. Oh, I love Minnie Driver. I think she's awesome. Yeah. So it makes me want to go watch that movie. Don't you want to, I'm going to go look it up. Maybe we'll watch it. I have not watched it in years, and it's such a good movie. It really is. So that is this day in history. That is the show. If I told you the whole fruitcake story, we'd be here for another hour. It is so, I might just do it as a separate episode because it's really, really interesting. The great fruitcake caper or fruitcake fraud or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, interesting. Because I love me some fruitcake. But right now, I gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. Work. Okay, guys. Thanks for signing up for Ticket to Ride. I'm going to put the video here so you can watch the explanation of what it is. This is the premiere that Cheryl and I did. Cheryl Katz does not have a channel, but she is my co-host. She will be moderating the Facebook group. Head on over to the Facebook group. The link is down in the description. You're going to want to be a member of the Facebook group because you're going to be able to earn tickets by little activities that occur in that Facebook group. So you're not going to want to miss that. It is sponsored by Diamond Art Club. Yay! Yay! Yeah, I'm excited. Which reminds me, I got diamond paintings in the mail yesterday, so I've got unboxings to do. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a busy weekend. Unboxings, put up Christmas, with the cats running around. Oh, there's one of them. There's Pearl. I'm sure you guys have seen Stitch go in or out. He might be sitting on his little step there. Sometimes I'm surprised they're not in their basket. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Anyway, have a great day, guys. I do a drive live every Thursday, so I'll be live. Before you see this, I will have been live. So come, check that out. Watch the live. If you ring the notification bell, you'll know when I go live. But every Thursday, I chit-chat with people on the way to work. So just tune in for that. Love you all. Bye.